Welcome back to Cool Clubs Reviews. Today we've got the Titleist T150, new model name for 2023.
And it is totally new, right? So before last year they had the 100 and 100S, which is basically the same club with stronger lofts. But this year they went to the 100S, is now bigger, it's 150. A little more forgiving, a little larger, but still looks identical to the other one. So certainly can be blended pretty easily as well.
I was worried about this because I was a 100S player.
Right.
And I love the body shape. I didn't want it to go any bigger. I love being able to
doesn't
bend some
look really any bigger though, does it?
It doesn't. I went for the 150s in the
I was
session.
going to say,
So I transitioned from 100S, so that's good information for you guys out there. 100S straight into 150. The difference between it and the 100, I just like the sole interaction in the ground in the 150 a little better.
It is a tiny bit wider sole, just a tiny bit. And a little longer heel toe, but not much. And like you're looking down the ground, you probably wouldn't even notice it. But if you had them two side by side, and they're both 7-irons, you can see it a little bit. But it's tough.
It wasn't bad.
So I love the fact that they've got now, it's a different club too. It's changed the lofts.
Right. I think that caused some confusion. Even when you're typing out in an email or something like that, you say, like, is it T100s or T100S?
Right,
exactly.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. Right.
Yeah.
And know about that.
I do like that separation. And again, really simple, clean look. Just the old Titleist scribe on the back of it. Tell us a little bit about the numbers.
Yeah, I kind of compared this to last year's version too. So distance went up a yard, not much, over the S. Launch went up, another almost a half a degree again, which is good. Spin actually went up a bit versus the S.
Okay.
It's more in line with the T100 now.
The existing T100.
Right.
Yep.
So that's a good thing. So they're almost interchangeable. The spin rate we don't get this very often, right? Because it's pretty small numbers. The spin launch number we get, which is degrees, minus spin divided by launch, is exactly the same. It's 272 for the 100, and it's 272 for the 100S. So they really can blend these.
That makes it much easier to
especially with tour players, right? Yeah. I mean, me and you are probably not going to notice it, but tour players might.
Yeah, and I actually went for the whole deck of these. I didn't blend them. I didn't see any disadvantage to having these.
I might have 4 different sets in mine yet. I haven't decided yet.
You could.
Yeah, it's quite possible.
You could.
And the numbers pretty similar, right? The overall rating is about the same, 4.4, which is good for a not real bladey club, and that's more of the higher handicap range. But the tour rating went up a notch to 4.6, the same as the other one, so that's really good. And stopping power went up a little bit too.
That's good. Compared to last year's, you're talking about.
Last year's, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And looking at this, I actually like the way that the R numbers are starting to make sense for the line of clubs too. So this one becomes less tour biased, and it starts to slide towards it's even between tour and overall handicap, because it is building that technology in there to be a little more forgiving. The graphing's expanded a little bit, and the distance has popped up a little bit. So it's not as tour driven. So we're pushing the handicap range out a little bit. You're not going to go into maybe
it's 12 handicap, maybe
like that.
On the 150. I mean, you're kind of splitting hairs, but but the 200's really good looking, so I'm not sure we wouldn't go there, which is kind of where I'm heading.
Yeah. Well, the sole design definitely gives you a little more favorability with your angle of attack over the 100 for sure. Not as much as the 200. We're not there.
What's your angle of attack with an iron?
I get down. I'm gonna get about 95, maybe higher speed wise, and I can be 4 to 6 degrees.
Okay, so the sole does make a difference for you.
When I get on that 6-degree side,
I'm like -1 maybe. So I mean, the sole doesn't make a difference. I'm picking it off the ground, so it's not a big deal for me. But for, players like you get especially with more speed, start hitting down on it, that sole becomes really important.
And it was for me. I could feel the 100 just snagging, like, it's a minuscule, but it just snagged a little bit, and I thought, I just don't like the feel of it. I put the 150 through the ground quicker, and I'm like, that feels good again. So that was my real selling point. It wasn't actually about ball flight or spin or distance. It was just that
really
turf interaction.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. But really good job. Like you said, I love that they've separated the name, and it blends with the 100s. It's awesome.
Perfectly. Yep.
Cool. Thanks, Mark.
Awesome.